Hello and welcome to the All Night Gamers podcast. It's the final episode of 2020, and thank goodness because it could not come any sooner. I'm sure, just like all of us here, you're ready for this year to be over. So let's hurry up and get this over with, so we can focus on the new year and all the things that will hopefully be better than this year. We've got a lot of whack stuff. I don't really have any better way to describe that. KFC's new console, bunch of new Super Nintendo World stuff we got to see. We'll go through a little bit of our collector's corner and talk about some of our favorite stuff that we were lucky enough to receive for Christmas. We got some tidbits and stuff. We'll talk about a bunch of anniversaries that are coming up next year, so hopefully that'll be one of the things to look forward to. And finish up with a lost add-on for the Game Boy that has now been discovered. So hi, welcome to the show. I hope you're doing well. I hope you're looking forward to the new year. I hope your holidays have been fantastic so far. I know mine have. And welcome to the show, the rest of the people, as always. Hello, guys.
Hello.
Hello. Merry Christmas. Or Happy New Year. Yeah, it would be Happy New Year. Christmas has been over for quite a while.
Get with the program, man. Come on.
No.
Mr. Sheen 4 days ago.
I did Christmas last week.
That's true.
Well, all right then. Hello. And we thank you for joining us this week, so let's get right into it. Speaking of the whack things, I think we're going to start with the wackiest thing here, which is Kentucky Fried Chicken, the chicken place, like the restaurant chain, has officially unveiled a new gaming console, which is essentially just a PC, a souped-up, really high-end gaming PC that has a chicken tray in it. So yes, all you people who have been thinking, at your PC, I just need to spice up my PC a little bit. My PC's missing that pizzazz, that little oomph that I can really show it off.
Chicken.
You can't cook chicken in it. You can just keep it warm.
Yeah.
It's a warming tray. Theoretically, you could use it for more than just chicken, but it's a KFC console, so we're gonna put chicken.
Just chicken.
Yeah.
Just KFC chicken. If you try to put anything else like Chick-fil-A, it catches on fire.
Well, unless there's something I'm missing, I'm already kind of concerned about the fire hazard probabilities. I don't really know how I want electrical heating equipment literally inches away from my high-end computer hardware.
It's exactly what you want.
But yeah, if you've been looking for that extra thing, now you can do what every gamer dreams of, which is to eat extremely disgusting, nasty, greasy food, and then without wiping your hands, rub them all over your mouse and keyboard. And get that delicious Kentucky grease on your lips all over your microphone because you're a disgusting human being. Sorry, that was a bit rough. But yeah, so it's really hyped up, promises 4K capabilities at 240 FPS, which is nothing to sneeze at, to say the least. And yeah, it's got it looks like a chicken bucket, like the 8-piece bucket or whatever. I haven't had KFC in a million years. And it's got a big drawer in the front, and you can keep your chicken hot. Apparently, the one cool thing I know about it is that it recirculates heat from your computer components to aid in the heating of the chicken, which is clever, to say the least. How many people are going to be able to say that they kept their chicken warm for 4 hours with the heat of their graphics card?
I don't know.
Do I want my computer reheated, though?
Well, like
No, I want it
chicken?
colder.
I think it uses... Well, it must not. I'm not really sure. I guess
Maybe
they haven't really shown.
I might have misheard you. I heard use the computer to reheat the computer, and I was kind of concerned.
The heat of the computer hardware is used to help in the heating of the chicken. So, like, you know how computer parts get hot and all that?
Yeah.
That hot is used to keep your chicken hot.
Right, so I was a little confused why you would want to make them hot, the computer parts hotter.
You wouldn't. They're separate pieces.
Right, we're good.
You're getting too technical here, bro. It's a computer that can keep your chicken warm. Why are you asking all these questions?
Look, I just misheard you, and I was like, that sounds like the worst idea I've heard in a while. Let me make my computer parts hotter. They're not. If I'm playing Crisis and they aren't on fire, then what am
I'm
I
doing it
even
wrong.
doing with my life?
Yeah. So as a quick overview, so it's basically just a Nook PC, an Intel Nook 9. If you don't know what that is, it's kind of like a all-in-one computer design that also incorporates swappable graphics cards. I'm not quite sure what it comes with out of the box, but it is a hot swappable machine for graphics cards, which is pretty cool. I'm also not sure if the Nook 9 comes with... So, this is where I'm confused. Because you can say that this computer will be capable of 4K 240 frames, but is that if you buy an RTX 3090? Like, does it come like that out of the box? I mean, they don't say it doesn't, and
No,
usually that has
it's
to...
just capable.
Okay.
If you just say it's capable,
It's
I
more
mean,
impressive.
It says
You're
it has
not
ray
lying,
tracing. It
but-
says it has... Not capable, but it has ray tracing.
then it has ray tracing. How much does this thing cost?
I have no idea. You can't even
I-
pre-order it yet.
I
Yeah.
don't want to pre-order. I just want to know what they're claiming. They can
Yeah,
sell
the
this.
page is super vague. Like, they have a
can sell
whole
it for
thing
whatever
about how
they
you can
want.
hot swap the GPU, but they don't tell you what the GPU is. They tell you the basic chassis. They tell you it's an Intel Nook 9. They tell you it can do VR, it can do ray tracing, it can do 240 frames, and it can do 4K.
And they tell you can cook with it. Or not cook, reheat stuff, whatever.
Yeah.
Oh yeah,
So,
this computer I spent money though that also can ray trace, so it's up there. Let me put this greasy chicken in it.
yeah, I just can't imagine, like, do you really need instant chicken access like that?
your
'Cause you can get
Like-
your grubby little mitts all covered in grease and then just touch your $150 RGB keyboard. Oh, like
Yeah.
I'm cringing right now as I'm telling you about it.
KFC hurting.
Okay,
Like,
yeah,
for
no,
money.
see, that's what I was thinking. It's like, who decided this? Because think about this. In the last year, we've had a KFC dating sim, a KFC. What is the Colonel Sanders show thing? It seemed like it was based on the dating sim.
I
But
didn't
they-
know there was a show.
There's a show. Hold on. I don't remember much about the show. I just remember there was a show announced.
Yeah, I think it's because
A
all of
recipe
the
for seduction.
okay,
that's what it's
yeah,
called.
KFC is just kind of horny. I think
It's got Mario Lopez as Colonel Sanders.
that's so weird. I don't like that. But
That
I
hurts
I'm
my
gonna tell you what I
brain.
think it is. I think it's just a lot of companies are starting to really catch on how lucrative the gaming market is. And how
took a
if you just say if you're generally supportive of video games, you're gonna get a huge boost in business from gamers.
guess.
Because riddle me this, Kit Kat, like the candy, right? The kind of thing, you know. They have a gaming division now. Kit Kat, what do they do, bro? It's Kit Kat. Like they don't do anything remotely related to video games, but they have a
also
gaming
bigger
Twitter.
Companies just go in and out of fads of video games, like people go in fads. Companies do it for video games because, like in the '90s, they all had they're all really bad video games of trying to make a quick buck.
Oh, see, they were going about it the wrong way. They were trying to make video games. Now they're just playing video games to make that look like they care about people that play video games so that people that actually play video games will buy their product. It's the same stuff, but instead of trying to make a video game for them, they try to blend in. Because, like, Kit Kat doesn't do nothing, but they have a gaming Twitter and all. Like, you can go follow them. They're already verified. They never tweet anything, but they're there. So now Kit Kat looks like they are loosely involved with video games. So now gamers are probably more likely to buy Kit Kat, even like on a subconscious level.
You're right that every company's trying to do this, or not even just video games, because Burger King went into a bunch of Twitch channels and gave like $5, but they said like Twitch channels with the voice chat thing, where it would like
Yeah, they would
announce
like they tried to do advertising with it,
yeah.
and the stuff with
My
like
fa-
giving away PlayStation 5s. Taco Bell's
My
done it
favorite
forever,
reaction-
giving away
At
consoles.
Was
least that's not like out of the
coming in
ordinary.
and advertising on my thing for $5. That's not.
I remember that
right.
Dude,
controversy. Yeah.
I want to say that caused like a change in the agreement for Twitch, didn't
It
it?
did.
Yeah, it
I
did.
want to say. I
Um,
want to say that my favorite reaction from that though was the dude who was like, "I don't like Burger King. I'm gonna take this $5 and give it to your competitor, McDonald's."
but yeah, I mean, like Taco Bell's done it forever by giving away consoles. Like it
Yeah,
costs them barely
but-
anything, and then all of a sudden people are buying their stuff, and they don't even say
They're
they're into
also
video games; they're just
A
giving away
chance
stuff.
to win
Yeah.
a console though. People will always enter for the chance to win shit. I think
Yeah.
it's kind of different.
It is, but it's just more and more companies are realizing that gaming is a lucrative market, and people are getting a lot of like, look how much press KFC is getting right now. They got a bunch with the dating sim. I'm sure they got plenty with that show, even though I didn't specifically hear about it. And now this KFC console is like all over the place.
Mm-hmm.
So
I'm
at minimum, they're getting a lot of publicity.
True.
I'm a little glad Disney has said they don't want to take another whack at the gaming market because they can't figure it out. They'd rather just license their properties.
Yeah.
It's kind
Um,
of disappointing though. They had some ventures.
But so we don't have a price, we don't have a date, we don't have pre-orders, but
What if it's not actually real? What if it's
It-
just a
it-
meme?
not real.
it is real.
You can't
spent
prove
too
to
much
me
money.
it's not a meme until it comes out.
They've spent
Fair
too much
enough.
money advertising.
But they've got like literal deals with Cooler Master, Asus, and Seagate. Like this is a real thing. It's got an Intel Nook 9 in it. They're using the Cooler Master NC100 chassis. Like this is real. They've teased it already before.
Have we actually seen it outside of that one picture on their website, though?
They've got
I mean, they've
multiple
been
pictures
advertising
on
it.
their website right now. And they like wouldn't leave like if it was a meme they would have said something already by now.
Who says they would? They're getting advertising from
Are
people
they
being
though?
like,
Yeah,
it's
sure.
pretty
you're getting-
big when they announced it. It was everybody was talking about it for a little while. Their big one was the dating
It's only
sim,
been like a
obviously.
week.
The
I think it
internet
was
no
announced-
longer cares.
I
mean,
think it
a
was
bunch
announced,
of like
right
big
before
like media
we,
outlets are saying it's real.
I see.
I'm pretty sure it's real. But I don't blame you for being skeptical about it. But we don't have any sort of other information other than that it's a thing. I assume it's not going to be cheap, that's for sure. But it is happening. So if you're one of those freaks that likes to get grease all over your computer equipment, then
more power to you.
be ready for the drop because I don't know. Are people going to scalp the KFC console?
Probably.
Look,
I see it
depends
for, like, the
on whether or
first
not
month.
it has the newer graphics cards. Like if it's got any of those 3 series cards, it's probably going to be scalped.
I think it will kind of be scalped depending on how many they make as well. Because people will be like, I want this stupid piece of history. It will be worth more money one day. It won't.
It won't.
So
I guess it could be because it's the right dumb idea that would become one of those things, but like
Well,
it's
this is
also
gonna have to be a wait and see kind of thing.
But we'll
And
definitely
I'm
talk
kind of
about
getting
it.
nauseous talking about it this long, honestly. So,
I don't think we were going to talk about this long, honestly.
Like,
um,
you don't want grease on you.
yeah, like just thinking about my expensive computer equipment being covered in KFC grease is like, mate, I'm shivering. Uh, so moving on. So we've already talked before about Super Nintendo World and the unveiling video, which you should have definitely watched by now. And now we've got to see a lot more pictures and a lot more details about like the food and the merchandise and the NFC bands and etc. So there will be like mascot characters walking around for meet and greets. We've seen Peach, Toad, and Mario and Luigi so far. There's some photos of the park shown off, and including some that are been taken at night, which look really cool. I'm looking at one right now that we have in our notes of kind of like an overview shot of the massive hill with all the enemies circling around it and all the lampposts are lit up and stuff, and it looks really pretty.
I think it kind of looks better at night.
Yeah, that all the stuff, especially up like around the ledges where you can't go, looks a lot more cartoony with that kind of lighting.
Yeah.
I
I
agree.
just like all the little lampposts that they got going on.
Yeah, it just
I guess-
looks good.
Peach looks a little weird to me for some reason. Like her and Toad. Mario and Luigi,
Toad looks chungus.
yeah.
Yeah,
Mario
Toad put
and
on some
Luigi
pounds.
look exactly like the costumes they've used for years now, so my mind doesn't see anything wrong, but something about Peach I can't place bugs me, and Toad's just way too giant. Like,
He's chunga.
yeah, he's not. It's not proportional with the size they went with for his bottom part.
So they've also shown off some merch and stuff. So you can buy like Goomba hat, Toad hat, Bowser hat. You can buy a like mounted set of mustache and glasses that's like Mario themed, kind of like the things that's like in the old movies or cartoons, like the idea of like multiple kids stacking on top of each other with a trench coat and then the fake mustache and glasses combo. It's pretty much that, but Mario. Gloves, hoodies, and the Toko Toko Mario toy, which they showed off, which is basically just a little Mario and shell thing you can push around, and as you push it around, Mario will walk. It's pretty cute.
Yeah.
They show it off in the video of Super
I like
Nintendo
whatever
World.
this Mario Kart Yoshi thing is.
Oh yeah, like a special edition Lego of a Mario Kart toy with Yoshi and a bullet bill. That's going to be available there. There will be 6 power-up bands. Mario, Luigi, Princess Peach, Princess Daisy, Beezy, Daisy, Toad,
Daisy.
and Yoshi. So
Daisy being one kind of tells me she'll also probably be a meet and greet.
what about Yoshi?
I don't see.
Well,
the
Yoshi's
Yoshi
got a
being
ride,
reason
doesn't
why.
he?
Yeah, but wouldn't he also be a meet and greet? Like if Daisy would be a meet and greet because of that theory, then
Yeah,
Yoshi should be
true.
too. I wouldn't doubt it.
But I'm gonna say no
Really?
because Scooby's not meetable, and it's kind of a similar concept. I don't know. Maybe he will be, but Universal doesn't like go all out in it.
True, but they've only got 6
costume.
characters, so I don't know. I mean, it'll probably mostly Mario and Luigi anyway.
True.
It depends. Has Nintendo had a Yoshi costume before?
Probably.
I don't know, but they do have a Yoshi ride.
And while we're on this, so they also showed off like some more detailed photos of like the food that they'll have there. And and it's really adorable. You definitely should check out the photos all over online. So there's like a bacon and cheeseburger that's Mario themed. There's a caprese salad, which is kind of like a deconstructed salad with mozzarella cheese. I'm sure you. Why am I explaining caprese salad? But it's themed after piranha plant, so it's like you chopped up a piranha plant, which is a little vulgar, but piranha plants are bad guys, so it's okay. There's
It's okay as long as they're evil.
Yeah, there's a question block tiramisu, which on the surface looks like a square cut tiramisu cake like normal, surrounded by question block cookies and a little whipped cream on the top, like in the open question block. There's also what's that mushroom thing? I can't remember what that mushroom thing is.
I don't remember. I think they showed all of these off.
Looks like a muffin.
Yeah, but they don't like give it a name. Like all the other pictures, so there's like the piranha plant caprese, bacon and cheese Mario burger, question block tiramisu, but they don't name the mushroom one. Yeah, I'd buy like a muffin or a roll or something of that nature. Some kind of pastry.
Like, I think they showed all of this off during the video, but this I want to go.
Don't we all?
Spam risk. No, thanks. Not during the podcast.
The also the power-up bands are confirmed to work as amiibo to the respective characters. So, i.e., Luigi band is Luigi amiibo, Mario band is Mario amiibo, etc., etc. But that will only work on the Switch with the latest firmware. It will not work on the Wii U or the 3DS. And because of this, it is now the new A&G club joke is that Cameron is going to spend several $100s to get all of these banned.
A joke though. It's legit.
It's a joke and it's funny because it's true.
And we're gonna bully Cameron for it.
So
Don't do that.
yeah, there's a lot of new stuff on Super Nintendo World. They have official like a web page up for Universal Studios Japan about Super Nintendo World. There's also some stuff on Nintendo's website about how the amiibo work. If you need more detail, even though pretty much what we said is exactly, I mean that's it. It doesn't go that deep. And yeah, you should definitely check out the photos of the food. I really like the caprese salad. I think that's probably the cutest thing on there. Although it's just weird to think of like a theme park food and salad. But if I was to go there, that would definitely be what I get. And when opens here in 2022 or 2023 or whatever, that's definitely what I'm trying. I'm trying that caprese salad.
I think the thing to keep in mind is that with Japan, they're like everything they do is top notch compared to what we do.
Not
so
exactly true.
I don't know.
I'm
with their
a
theme
little
parks, it always
surprised.
seems like they go more out than we do.
I don't know if I agree with
Hey,
that.
we can incarcerate a heck of a lot more people than Japan does. We do some things better.
I'm a little surprised not to really see desserts shown off yet.
They
That's what
should
that's the
a dessert or
tiramisu.
two off.
That's what the tiramisu is.
Yeah, that little mushroom thingy or the question block.
Let's see, I don't know.
But yeah, I mean, it's not much that we've seen. I wonder how much more there will be. But you're really, I mean, you're not really going there to get like a full meal anyway. If you're trying to eat, you more just get it because it's
Food.
It's a question block cake. Like, why would you say no?
You're right.
I really expect like a dessert cart like Disney has, and they'll do the frozen banana, but they'll put like a Donkey Kong wrapper around it. Easy money.
So yeah, that wraps up all the stuff we have for Super Nintendo World. Definitely check out those photos. Everything's really cute and really interesting. And So our last thing before our collector's corner segment with another brand new alliteration. Yes, I know. Hold your applause. Um, Microsoft Flight Simulator has received a virtual reality update, so now you can fly planes in VR. And I really wish I could try that out, but my computer already barely runs that game at 20 FPS on minimum settings anyway. So that's pretty much not an option for me until I get a new graphics card. But it is out now, so if you're lucky enough to have a super beefy computer that can handle that, I'm sure it's amazing. I can't wait to upgrade my computer enough to where I can actually play Microsoft Flight Sim because I love Flight Sim so much. I wish I could play it right now. It makes me so sad that I can't.
It's gonna be good.
Yeah. Actually, I don't think I could play it regardless because I only was playing it through Game Pass, and I don't have Game Pass anymore since I got the PlayStation.
Oh,
Whoops.
Well, if they update the PS5 version to... No, wait, no, it's Microsoft.
I was gonna say PS5 version of Microsoft Flight Sim. Doubt.
I was like, wait, this doesn't sound right.
It still kind of makes me laugh that they were all about like realism though, but you took off by the airport near here and couldn't even find our house.
Well, I wouldn't blame the game for that. I'd blame my computer for not being able to render that because I had it on such low settings that you couldn't even really tell the detail. It kind of looked like Google Earth Flight Sim from like the early 2000s or mid 2000s. But yeah, I mean, it looks really good if you can manage it. I watched a video the other day of someone landing in Jordan-Hare Stadium. They managed to do that.
Cool.
They like couldn't stop because it's not big enough to like start from zero, so they would like land in there and just like keep doing like donuts in the center to keep their speed up so they could take back off again. But it was pretty impressive. And it was actually like standing up and everything. So I know it looks good. You just have to have the computer to make it look good.
If you can run the new Crisis game, you can run Microsoft Simulator like it should be.
Yeah.
let's go.
So, with that said, new year, new things. That. It's got two ends in it, so we're gonna count it. So, this week with our regular round robin stuff, we're gonna mention our most excited about Christmas present. It can be a game related thing. It doesn't necessarily have to be, but basically your favorite gift from Christmas overall, thing you're most happy about. I didn't hear any complaints from Alex, so Alex is gonna start this time.
Let's go.
If he is not dead.
Alex, are you dead?
Did Alex
Are you
die
dead?
mid podcast?
Alex is dead, crab, bro.
That's just rude.
Okay, Alex, go.
My mind's running through everything I got.
Okay, I take it too long. Cameron, go.
Okay, so let's wait. Alex, why are you going through everything? We still gotta do normal collector's corner too.
We'll go back. We'll circle around.
Okay, so
yes, favorite thing.
I technically the only game I got at Christmas was Cadence Pyrrole. Although I did get a couple other games from friends sending me on them on Steam, so I guess it's also count. I kind of just screwed up this Christmas because I didn't know where I was gonna following Christmas because I need a job. So Cadence was really the only game that I was like, yeah, this is what I want, and I haven't gotten around to playing it yet because we've had family in town. But I was given Battlefront 2, the new one, and Dishonored, and there's more that I got. Monster Hunter World, which my computer cannot run. Battlefront, my computer barely runs. I haven't tried Dishonored. So,
Doesn't sound like your computer has a good track record.
I own
computer does not
Dishonored
have
1
there-
and 2 on the PS4.
there's a reason I need a new computer. It's because it's got a bad track record.
And what have you been playing this week?
So I've been playing a fair bit actually. So Animal Crossing, obviously, still trying to get everything for the seasonal stuff. I got Death Squared for $1 because it was on a super sale, like 93% off. It might still be for that price by the time the podcast goes up, and this is the lowest it's ever going to be because Nintendo changed their policy, which I don't know enough about for us to really talk about on the podcast, but apparently the policy was changed. I've also been playing, played some Fire Emblem Three Houses, some Melody and Memories, a little bit of Pikmin 3 with Alex, because I'm still trying to 100% the two-player parts, and some Among Us, and I started recording Puyo Puyo Tetris 2.
I did not expect that last one.
It's because it's Cooper's.
Come stole from me.
Well, okay then, Cooper.
Alright, so for Christmas I got Fire Emblem Three Houses, which was really cool. It's cool to have my own copy. And now Cameron's like yelling at me to finally beat it. And I got Puyo Puyo Tetris 2 also, and then Cameron just went, that's mine now.
I didn't go, that's mine now. Okay, real talk though?
Bro,
If
how have
you
you not...
want-
Dude, we're 2 things in, and neither of those 2 things were your new computer.
I'm getting to that.
Before he continues though, Puyo Puyo Tetris 1 and 2 are insanely difficult to find right before Christmas. Like, Puyo Puyo Tetris 2 came out this month, and we couldn't even get it at launch. We had to, we pre-ordered it. It was not available for us. We had to go to GameStop, and they thankfully had one copy of it. I don't know if there's just not a lot of copies of that game regularly available or what, but it is insane to try to find it.
That's weird. Well,
Alright. So the games I've been playing is Among Us. Okay.
bro, you still didn't mention the computer.
I'm getting to it. Tetris 99. Oh, I got Smite, which is free on Switch. Is pretty cool. It's free on everything actually, but it's pretty cool. I got Taiko Drum and Fun, which is such a really fun rhythm game.
Oh, I love that game.
He actually doesn't care about the computer. He just got it.
I played a little bit of Puyo Puyo Tetris 2 before Cameron went, this is for my channel now. And I'm really happy that I can finally run Apex on my PC. All it required was getting a new PC.
Yeah, it's about time.
Yeah, for real. 10 years.
You've been waiting to play a 3-year-old game since you were 6.
Yes.
Nice. Well, okay, Alex, are you ready?
Yeah. I thought you had said what was your favorite gift out of everything, so I got very confused. And
Yes, I don't know why everyone's just been listing off everything they got. That's what I did say. You're
No,
correct.
I didn't even list everything I got.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah, but you
Yeah.
listed more than one. You listed 6.
My PC was my favorite thing, my bad.
So we're not supposed to list all our games.
No, just the thing you got most. This isn't a flex.
Oops.
It could be.
No.
flex on camera. You know what else I got? House stuff I can't use because I thought I'd have a job by now.
I got a Polis.
Hey, you'll be
house
really
cat.
happy when you do get a job and you have all that house stuff.
That's true, Kimmy. That's true.
I'll be able to make all the grilled cheeses I want. Let's
Will he
go.
be happy though?
You're gonna die of heart disease. All right, Alex.
The only thing I've really gotten to mess with the stuff I've gotten for Christmas is Yakuza Like a Dragon. So I guess that's
How is that game?
it's good but it's kind of difficult. But I'm also kind of stupid and went, I'm gonna go play around the whole map. Yeah, everything's stronger than me outside of the areas that I'm not supposed to be in.
Mm.
So it was all kicking my ass, and I was like, fine, I guess I'll go back to where I'm supposed to be. Because I kept
I've got a
losing
same
the
situation
fight.
I'll talk about in a second.
And then this week I've played. I finished Danganronpa 2, and it's the spin-off in that series, Ultra Despair Girls, because it follows up the story. And I played Yakuza a little bit. And I played Persona Q.
I actually forgot two of the
Moving
games
back
I've been playing.
That thing.
Well, all right
Okay.
then.
Yeah.
My favorite thing is actually not a game. I got a car thing that is a gigantic, heavy battery, essentially. It's got an air compressor in it with like automatic pressure control. It can jumpstart a car. It's got 4 USB ports on it, so it's like the world's biggest battery pack. It's got like a light on it. It can check your alternator for you. It can test your battery for you. It can do a whole bunch of stuff. It's basically like the premier roadside car thing. And while I probably won't be using it much personally because I maintain my car pretty well. It's always good to have when other people around you don't do that and they need help. So I'm really excited to have. I've wanted one for forever, but I've just like never wanted to drop the money on something that can do that, and I'm really excited for that. As far as what
So
I've been,
it stays in the car, or it stays
Yeah.
No. He has
so
to charge
you have
it?
to charge. Yeah.
well, yeah, you have
Didn't
to
you
you have
say
to charge it
it
once
takes
a
like
month.
40 hours.
Yeah, it's fully charged. I told you guys 2 days ago it was fully charged this morning. When I told you guys I just plugged it in. So, yeah, I keep it in my car, but you take it out. You have to charge it every time you use it to jumpstart a car because it takes a lot of power to do that. And then otherwise you need to charge it at least once every 30 days to make sure it's full. But otherwise it just stays in your trunk. And you just whip it out when you need it for whatever. Mostly jumpstarting.
It's
Jumpstarting
an
and the
ability-
compressor are the big things.
That's cool to be able to jumpstart your own car.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you're just not near someone to jumpstart you.
Yeah. Or if someone else needs help, you don't have to like figure out which side, like where's the battery on your car and the other car, and try to like maneuver your cars together where the jumper cables will reach, and then hopefully you don't cause a big explosion when you connect the jumper cables together and hurt yourself or someone else, because it's very dangerous. So it's a lot easier now. But yeah, as far as what have I been playing this week? Well, a lot of Hyrule Warriors, the new one, because I got that for Christmas. And it's good. I am disappointed in how poorly it runs on the Switch. I really thought they could have done a better job with that, but the story is pretty weird so far, and I do enjoy it. I'm glad I could finally do that. I like it a lot more than the first Hyrule Warriors. I think the combat is a lot more interesting, and the controls and like the combos you can do are way cooler. IMO.
I gotta be because they tried to use Breath of the Wild's engine.
That's
it's-
my thought. Yeah, that they use the
Because
same.
it's
engine.
Kotekmo's third game with Nintendo funding on the Switch. So it's gotta be because they were like, let's use the actual engine.
Yeah. But Yeah, so I've been playing a good bit of that. It's really good. I have played more Spider-Man. I'm almost through the last DLC, but I'm kind of been slugging. Been playing more Cyberpunk.
Then after you beat the DLC, it would probably be good to take a break before you play Miles.
Yeah,
Especially
I
since you
will.
won't
I'm probably
have.
gonna jump into Jedi Fallen Order. Um,
Probably a good idea.
or possibly I'm planning on getting. So one of my friends accidentally happened upon a PS5 a couple weeks ago. So now I actually know someone else that also has a PS5, and he was also a big Call of Duty guy back in the day. And now that we're getting new stimulus checks, I'm gonna take a little bit of that money and buy a copy of Cold War. And he said if I buy a copy, then he'll buy a copy. And they added local split screen multiplayer for zombies now. That is in the game now. So I don't. So now I feel comfortable about buying it. So now we're both gonna get it so we can play zombies together, both locally and online when we're not around.
So online, you'll both need the PlayStation thing.
Yeah, but regardless, we'll be able to play at least locally until we both get PlayStation Plus.
Nice.
And speaking of that thing, Alex, where you like go to an area that's way above your skill level, I was trying to play a little bit more Demon Souls after taking a break because I got so mad after I finally beat the first level. So I like did all this stuff after, and I went to start the second level, and I looked up a guide because I was stuck on trying to find the NPC I had to talk to progress. I finally did that, and they gave a hint in the thing that said like, we recommend going to the first level in the fourth world because right after the start, there's a new weapon that does really well scaling with magic, so it makes the earlier levels a bit easier. So I was like, okay, I'll do that. So me, who took like 4 hours, no, 10 hours to beat the first level. No, 4 hours, not 10 hours. I'm tripping. Still a long time for one level, a long time. I'm like, yeah, I'll go to the fourth world. I got this. So I go in there. I die 5 times to the first enemy I see. I lose all my stuff. And so I get mad and quit. I haven't played again. I didn't even try to go back to World 1, 2. I got so angry. I'm so mad I even tried listening to that advice. I knew it. I was like, I'm not going to be able to even get to that thing. And I was right. I didn't at all. So I thought about that as soon as you talked about it. It's really just depressing more than anything. I'm very bad at Demon Souls. I wish I was better at it.
You can unlock the better lightsaber early in Jedi Fallen Order by basically doing that idea.
I did it.
If you go up to a specific painting on the first planet and scan it, it will unlock Dathomir. And then you can, if you speed run over, because everything would probably kill you. So if you speed run over to the first crafting bench, then he'll make the better lightsaber. But
Noted.
Dathomir's like the last game planet, so he'll probably die.
Only probably though. I survived.
I played the game normally, so
several
I
times.
unlocked it late into Kashyyyk, and Cameron was like,
No.
"Nah, I want it early, so I'm gonna go."
Did Cameron
that
die?
way.
I died several times getting it, but I got it.
All right then. So that wraps up the New Year, New Things segment. Oh yeah, you can't see me smiling. I'm awkwardly smiling. Moving on to our tidbits for the week. Cooper has the floor for his weekly face segment.
Yes, sir. Let me miss it. Okay. So we got the trailer for the New Year's banner. We're getting a 4-star demote Caden, duo Peony and Triandra, Plumeria, and Valoria. The duo skills can be really cool. It's going to be a rally to all stats, not including HP, and it's going to be like a sing/dance. So it's going to be really good for supporting. We're going to get a new treasures Tempest Trials, which will have around 40 possible orbs, 4-star and 5-star New Year's Keaton, Steady Blow Seal, Attack Slash Speed Soul Seal, Blessings, and Manual 12s times 50. Legendary Lilina and past Christmas banners are out. And that's it.
You sound like the kids that had to do the school news.
Nah, he sounded more professional, and it wasn't all over the place like it usually is.
Yeah, but he was like, like the perfect pauses where it was like in the school news, there would be like the cut in the video to the next segment. It was the same thing. Like the pauses were just perfect. Amazing.
I only got to be on the news once, and I can't blame them for not putting me back on that whole week I was in there.
I hadn't been on the school news since like elementary school.
Yeah, I mean elementary school.
Oh, okay. I was talking about the high school news where they like lightly edited it. So there were like cuts in the video because like they could never do multiple segments correctly in one shot, so they do like part of it and then they cut. So that's what it sounded like. It
was funnier when they cut between the words.
Yeah, he was like Peony and Triandra, Plumeria, and Valoria. Their duo skill is really cool, being like a rally to all stats, not including HP. Also, being a Sing makes it really good and really easy to use to support. New Treasure Tempest trials will have around 40. Just those pauses are so delicious. Takes me back. Now here's Dr. What's His Face for the lunch.
Don't worry, Cooper.
Cooper's laughing because that's still how they do the news, isn't it?
It is.
That's still how they do it.
It was funnier when they'd announce the news and then or what was for lunch, and then it would be wrong.
True.
Bro, my heart would be broken those days, especially if it was like, oh, it's gonna be something good today, and you walk in and it's like crap, like dirt and sticks on a plate.
You're like, I've
been lied to. All right.
You had decent food on the menu. Where did it go?
Okay, moving on. So Pokemon will be appearing on the ISS on December 31st for an announcement. The announcement is a bit vague, but it's supposed to be something a new form of entertainment is what they call this, the Space Sunrise Live. So that will be happening on December 31st, and we mentioned this as an intro to our discussion about possible anniversaries and big events happening next year. So starting with Pokemon, being that they're going to announce something for next year right at the end of the year, Pokemon's 25th anniversary is next year, specifically February 27th. And we were discussing this before the show that Nintendo usually does their big anniversaries on the 5 years. So 5, 15, 25, 35, etc. And so Pokemon's 25th, it's not Nintendo directly, but still, we can expect something. And
if you watched the Macy's Day Parade, I didn't, but I saw the results of it. They did unveil a Pikachu face with 25s on its cheeks, or has its cheeks. So they've got something planned, just like they did for the
new Pokemon Snap.
Hey,
eventually that'll release.
Pokemon Snap drops in 2 days.
Let's go.
Yeah, so something definitely is coming for Pokemon, whether that be Pokemon Snap actual stuff or possibly please let's go Johto. I know it's not going to happen, but please.
Dude, that'd be cool.
What about, but I'd rather have like just Heart Gold and Soul Silver ported.
Well, no one likes your opinion.
Everybody loves my opinion. I'd rather have that over the Let's Go games.
So, what do you mean by ported?
Basically take Heart Gold and make it runnable on the Switch.
I would believe Let's Go Johto is coming before I would believe that.
Yeah, I believe Let's Go's more possible, but I love all the stuff that's like possible in Heart Gold. And
I mean, don't get me
Let's Go
wrong. I would
throws
kill
out a
for
lot of
Heart
that.
Gold Soul Silver combo pack on the Switch, but
It would
They
not
won't
be a
do
combo
that.
pack. Even if it was just remakes, like remake them properly. Don't throw out everything like they did with
True.
Ruby and Sapphire.
well, if you're gonna remake them, then the next ones should be Diamond and Pearl, correct? After
Yeah.
Ruby and Sapphire.
I don't know. We'll see if Game Freak gets past their Kanto bias to actually do anything, though.
True.
True.
Regardless, something big's happening. And for
Yeah, 'cause
other
they've already
anniversaries,
shown it off.
the Legend of Zelda 35th is next year on February 21st. So, and I mean, Mario 35th was huge, so you think there'd be something for Zelda 35th.
Maybe they'll port Wind Waker.
Would they do 2 Zelda games?
Add auto save.
Skyward Sword HD, please.
Oh yeah,
we're-
I'd rather have
We're
that.
supposed to be getting Breath of the Wild 2 next year, right? Or
Who
No.
says we're getting Breath of the Wild 2 next year?
The rumored yes with the Switch Pro. If the rumors are true, which they probably aren't, but if they're true and we're getting a Switch Pro next year, then that would provide super evidence that we're also getting Breath of the Wild 2, because that's rumored to be the major launch title for the upgraded Switch
We're
Pro.
talking about the rumors that don't really have like much of a base, right?
Yeah, so we're not confirmed to be getting it next year from anyone, but the rumor is that if we get the Switch Pro next year, we're supposed to be getting Breath of the Wild 2 next year, because that's supposed to be the system seller.
We'll see.
And
But
it
there
would
will
be.
I'll be pretty
Something
shocked if I see that, especially early next year. But
We could get 2 Zelda games.
um,
But if we did get 2 Zelda games, it would be more likely we would see something closer to maybe Link Between Worlds, which I would love. Something like that, where it's 2D.
oh, dude, please remake of Oracle of Ages and Seasons in the same style that Link's Awakening is.
I would accept that.
Do that.
I also really want a Spirit Tracks and Oracle of Ages, or not Oracle,
Phantom
Hourglass. Yeah, but I don't want them in that art style because I don't think it would fit them.
Yeah, I agree.
would
I only want the art
give-
style of Link's Awakening
the
because they're
when-
the same style on the Game Boy.
Do the
Yeah,
Wind
you're
Waker HD style. Actually, Wind Waker Wind Waker Timeline triple pack.
Or you could just
That's
do
the most
Spirit
unlikely thing, right?
Tracks in the Smash Brothers Spirit train stage art style. I want that so bad. I think it would be amazing. It won't happen, but
Um,
I love the stage because of how it looks.
The only other anniversary that personally I believe will come out of Nintendo anyway will be Metroid 35th, which is August 6th of next year, so possibly Metroid Prime 4 drop?
Yo.
No.
Probably
Yeah,
not.
definitely. Yeah, most certainly
Probably
not. But courtesy of Alex, we have a whole list of anniversary stuff here. So we already mentioned Zelda and Pokemon. Resident Evil's 25th anniversary is next year. Animal Crossing's 20th. Dragon Quest 35th. Sonic and Mana's 30th. Donkey Kong's 40th. Crash Bandicoot's 25th. Persona's 25th. I hope you're writing all this down because there will be a test. Castlevania's 35th. Ace Attorney's 20th. Tomb Raider's 25th. Pikmin's 20th. Halo's 20th. And Kid Icarus's 35th. So there's a ton of anniversaries next year. We have no idea how much of stuff is actually going to come out of that. We mentioned a bunch of Nintendo ones, but the only ones that we felt, or at least I felt, were worthy of mentioning were the ones that end in 5s, because that's the only time they ever do anything huge.
So Kid Icarus is finally getting another game.
Let's go.
Sakurai has actually been working on a secret project this whole time.
Maybe that's why he looks awful.
Smash End. They remade Uprising, which means they had to start over from scratch because the 3DS version's literally spaghetti code and bubblegum. Like, he complains about it. He's like, yeah, we couldn't port that, even if we tried. We'd have to just rebuild it.
So yeah, there's a bunch of anniversaries next year. Guaranteed, we're seeing at least something from Pokemon. We don't know what it is, but they're making an announcement, and
Yeah, Nintendo's
the
definitely
day
got
after this
that.
episode goes up. So
We know the directors of Sonic and Persona have both mentioned their anniversaries. Ace Attorney was leaked by that Capcom data leak.
yeah, Halo's technically getting something because didn't Halo get delayed to like 2022?
Maybe.
I can't remember.
I
It got
think-
delayed a lot. If it's still coming out next year, that's technically something. Pikmin most likely won't be getting anything besides possibly an announcement. Donkey Kong,
Maybe they'll put
same.
something in 3 since it just or 3
Animal-
Deluxe since it came out. Just came out.
Animal
Animal
Crossing will
Crossing
get something in the game
is-
probably.
Yeah, if not in New Horizons, almost definitely in Pocket.
Jerry just
Ooh, an event in Pocket Camp. That's what everybody wants.
Really daring right there, aren't they?
they really need the event needs to be in New Horizons since that's the big one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Resident
Yeah.
Evil, I think's got something announced for next year. I know
I'll
there's-
take a tasteless event. How original. On Pocket Camp. Daring today, aren't we?
Yes.
I doubt Crash Bandicoot has anything since their game just came out.
Maybe an update or something. But
I
yeah, probably
actually-
nothing big.
Think the two that are like kind of out there, Castlevania, I don't know if I've heard anything about, and Tomb Raider's they've been really secret about it since Shadow of the Tomb Raider came out.
Yeah, true. So yeah, that's definitely something to keep an eye on throughout the new year. Be sure to keep listening to this podcast because we'll talk about it if anything comes up. Shameless plug in the show.
Shameless plug for our own show.
in our show. So for some other tidbits, this was a pretty hilarious headline. So Reggie Fils-Aimé, former COO of Nintendo America, said that Kanye West tried to team up with Nintendo to make a video game in the past, which I've thought about pretty much since I saw that headline, and I still can't think of a single thing that would have come out of that.
That Nintendo would want, like, I could see where he would want something. But
I
what
couldn't see, like,
Ninten-
I just can't imagine, like, what was Kanye West's idea?
Bad.
Well, yeah, apparently.
It was a Kanye West game.
Look,
yeah, all about
okay.
Kanye West.
You remember
Yeah.
those
Running for president. You
Oh
you
my
play
gosh.
as Kanye.
You run for
In a
president,
management
and you
game.
and you
And
publicly
lose.
embarrass Taylor Swift on a stage in front of millions of people across the country.
Yeah. There,
Amazing.
we solved the mystery.
like you remember all those old like game show and cartoon, like live action cartoon games that were on the Wii?
Yeah,
I bet it
Yeah.
would be something like that.
gross.
But he wanted Nintendo to sponsor it, so it would sell better than those.
Gross. Apparently there's a New Year's event stamp in Animal Crossing. Cameron, care to fill everyone in?
Okay, so podcast comes out on the 30th, so tomorrow night. I actually don't know when you technically get the New Year stamp, but in New Horizons, you'll get a stamp for going to the New Year's event.
Yo, a stamp. What's the stamp of? Just a 2020
I don't know.
thing or 2021 thing?
Based on how it's set up, I think it's just whatever. Like as long as you do one, but if the other events are anything to go by, this is the first one you can do because they weren't allowing time travel to go to those events. So,
Hmm.
you know,
Okay.
if you're trying to get all the stamps, just make sure you go and do it.
And finally, the boss of Level 5, the game developers, have hinted at a new game for 2021, but that's all we can tell you because we don't know. What does level 5 make? What have they made? Someone help me out.
Professor Layton and the one with spirits that was like
Yokai Watch.
Yokai.
Oh, okay.
The game popular in Japan that was not popular here.
Yeah.
But
I believe we
unless
talked
someone
about-
unless
Keep our
someone
sounds.
partners with level 5, we won't see whatever it is here.
Yeah, I
So-
believe we talked about their lack of localization or them moving away from localizing things in the States earlier this year.
Because
On the
they're not
podcast.
making money. But they also haven't made anything in a few years, so yeah, you're not gonna make money.
Rude.
Dang.
Like their most recent thing was, I want to say, Catriella, or at least localized. Maybe a Yokai Watch game came out in Japan, but that Catriella Layton game's still kind of rare.
Yeah.
I've never seen a copy in stores outside of the 3DS. The Switch one's the rare one.
Well, okay. So that finishes up our tidbits. So we're going to end on an interesting add-on that has been discovered for the Game Boy, called like a lost add-on that has now been found, called the Work Boy, which is essentially a keyboard in the style of an original Game Boy that plugs into the extension port and is a keyboard. Period. So now, instead of having an actual computer and doing work on that, or a typewriter, you can type your 10-page doctorate essay to get your PhD on a 3-inch unlit pea green LCD screen with a tiny, cramped, uncomfortable keyboard. and you're running on batteries, so you better type quick. It looks so uncomfortable. I'm shocked. I'm
You didn't
so
talk
shocked
your-
this didn't come out.
You didn't type your doctorate on the Game Boy and then print it out with the printer.
Bro,
Do you really
printing
deserve
out an
your
essay
doctorate?
on like receipt paper?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Do you really deserve your doctorate if you didn't do that?
I guess not. I just don't think I want a doctorate if I have to do that. It makes me think. I have some friends that say that they've like written essays on their phone before.
Oh my
That
god.
just sounds like torture.
Well, they
that's what
prefer it because they know how to type on the phone, but they don't know how to properly type with a keyboard.
What?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
not how you keep a
I-
job.
One of them was one of my old coworkers, and it was hilarious watching him type because we had to do a bunch of documentation as engineers, and he would type
yeah,
with like just
obviously.
his index fingers, like you would watch an old person type for the first time. They'd have like their two index fingers, like their hands are clenched in a fist, except for their index finger sticking out, and they'd be like tap 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 tap
That'd be so
tap
slow.
tap tap tap, and me and like everybody in the office would come and watch him type, and we just laugh. We laugh like directly in his face. It was so bad. We couldn't help it, dude.
Loser.
Like, dude, learn to type. We bother him all the time. Like, "Kid, you need help. Like, we'll teach you to type properly. Like, but please, you type like 5 words a minute."
I know my resting hand positions for typing are wrong. I know where
Yeah,
they're
I don't.
supposed
I
to
don't use
be,
the proper.
but
I don't do that but
because of
also
my
I think
years
my
of gaming.
average is
My
higher.
left hand literally just sits on WASD for whenever I type. That's my resting hand position for typing things. I can't.
My resting
mentally
position
get
is
it.
correct, but I use the wrong fingers for different keys sometimes. My left hand also bleeds into my right hand area because I'm so left hand dominant. Like,
Yeah, I'm the same. I know like all the things that you're supposed to do. I just kind of don't care enough to actually like try to get my mind to switch into that mindset when I know I'm not that much slower than most people. Especially since most people are like, I type on my phone. You're right, because I've watched other people type before, and it's like, oof.
yeah. I also have noticed that if I'm like if I'm not typing something, like I'm not writing anything, my left hand does default the WASD, but if I'm if I move my right hand to the keyboard, my left hand naturally shifts into the proper position because I know I'm going to be actually typing. But like if I get on my computer like normally, like I am right now, where I'm like searching through stuff, my left hand naturally sits on WASD with my right hand on the mouse because I'm used to just playing games. That's pretty interesting.
Yeah.
But yeah, that looks super uncomfortable.
Mm-hmm.
I can't imagine. Ugh. So if you're interested in that, I think Did You Know Gaming has a video up on YouTube now.
Did you
should
know
go check that
gaming?
out.
And I don't know his
Be
actual
like-
channel is.
A thing I'd want as a collectible, but never used.
Yeah, no, definitely not. Kind of like there's a DS keyboard that I really want, just for the
There's a
sake of-
GameCube keyboard,
And
and I want one bad.
could you
Yeah, but that
imagine
I
also
want that
functions as a
controller.
controller.
Yeah.
True.
the KFC grease getting into the Game Boy keyboard?
Yeah, where's the Game Boy mount on my KFC console? Is it backwards compatible with the Game Boy? Nice. And to end our show, we would like to inform you all that Bayonetta 3 development is, say it with me, going well. Going well. Period. That's all we know.
After like 4 years, I guess that's.
Well,
Yeah,
the
we're
best
coming up on
reason.
legit 4 years.
Did they restart their development?
No, aren't we over 4 years?
They announced
We're over 1,000 days.
they announced it
That was a while back.
2017, right?
Hold on.
Yeah, let me find the Twitter.
Because I'm pretty sure they announced it after the Switch came out. Or
Okay, the trailer came out December 7th, 2017. So 3
So we
years.
just passed 3 years. Okay, I thought it came out in like early 2017.
Insane.
No, that's the announcement.
Okay, so we're just over 3 years now, and all we know is that it's going well.
Going
All we know is that it's a Switch exclusive that's going well.
Great.
1,117. Going well.
So, with that useless piece of information, thank you so much for listening to the show. We hope you enjoyed. Please leave us a comment on our YouTube channel and let us know what you think. Let us know what you got for Christmas. And let us know.
Have a happy New Year.
Yeah, Happy New Year from all of us. We hope you enjoy the final few days of 2020, and I hope you are just as excited as we are to get over it and move into this new year, get a vaccine, and get back to normal as best we can. I'm certainly looking forward to it. I'm so sick of this year. I am ready to move on, and I hope you are too. So thank you so much for listening. Please share us with a friend. Contact us on Twitter, All Night Gamers, or the YouTube channel, youtube.com/StormwindGames. Tell us what you think. We're available on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, and again, YouTube. So please share us, and we appreciate you so much for listening. We hope you have a great week. We hope you have a great new year. Please be safe. Do not kill yourself because you got so drunk that you drove off a bridge on New Year's. That's not bad. So
Oddly specific.
party. Well, I mean, it's
If
but
you're
it's
gonna
real.
drink on New Year's, just stay home.
Yeah, don't drive.
Or yeah, just stay where you're drinking.
Be safe. Have fun.
Be
and we
responsible.
will talk to you next year. Bye bye.
See ya.
Bye, guys.
New Year.